We are joined by DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs Tricia McLaughlin. I just want to put up what CB just shared, the rap sheet on this guy. It's not just outrageous. It's enraging when you think about, here's a person, Tricia, domestic violence on top of multiple DUIs, and now he kills someone. This is exactly the fallout that one would expect when you have no border policy. And people like this can come in and then kill innocent people.
You're exactly right. This is just so gut-wrenching. And it is these sanctuary city policies. That is the reason that an 11-year-old girl and her mother are not alive today and not with us today. Because when that domestic violence charge came, when those two separate DUI charges came, what those sanctuary city policies did was not allow ICE into those prisons to remove this illegal alien. So then he was released back onto New Jersey streets and commit this fatal crime. It's just awful, Kevin. And Governor Murphy must answer for this.
Let me ask you, what, if anything, can the administration do to move the needle on this circumstance, which is to say, if they are not going to allow you all to go into prisons to extract these violent criminals, or in this case, people who are creating a public safety just havoc, what, if anything, can be done?
Well, Secretary Noem has said we've got to flood the zone. We have to then have all of our ICE law enforcement go into the streets and be targeting these criminal illegal aliens. Thank President Trump and Secretary Noem and in Congress that we got that big, beautiful bill passed, and we have quite a bit of funding for Department of Homeland Security to hire more than 10,000 new ICE agents. So we encourage all American patriots go to join.ice.gov and sign up today. Help secure our homeland and make America's streets safer.
You know, it's interesting. I was watching the story out of Los Angeles. Of course, you know, I used to live in the Southland. Yes. The mayor there, Karen Bass, basically almost taking a victory lap, saying, hey, we got those guys out of here. Let me just share this as a little full screen. It says, Los Angeles stood strong and we won. You can't just snatch people off the streets based on appearance. The court knows that, and the people know that. And now this administration knows that. She seems to be suggesting that there was racist intent to go and extract these individuals. What do you say when you see something like that said by a leader of America's second largest city?
It's a failure of leadership, Kevin.
Yeah.
70% of those illegal aliens who have been arrested under this administration have either criminal conviction or pending criminal charges. We are getting the worst of the worst, whether it be terrorists, of which we've arrested 600 known or suspected terrorists, 2,700 Tren de Aragua members who have just been walking around with impunity in America's streets. Those are the people we are getting out of this country, and we will continue to do so with or without Karen Bass's help.
What does the president say when people come to him or they come to you and other officials and they say, you know what, we want the bad guys out, but we also don't want to sort of upset the labor market? Now, a lot of Americans say, listen, come here legally. We don't have to worry about that. And frankly, a lot of Americans need jobs.
Yeah.
How do you respond when you hear people make that criticism?
I think if people are in this country illegally, this administration has given them a very generous offer, which is that they can leave now self-deport, get a free flight home, $1,000 to start their new life again, and then they preserve the opportunity to come back the right legal way. We like legal immigration. But if you do not, you will be arrested, you will be deported, and you will no longer be able to ever come back to the United States again.
And can I just say, I think this is one of the biggest frustrations. People who say immigration. Legal immigration is not the same as illegal immigration. That's got to be so frustrating when you hear people say that.
It is. I think it's a tactic of the left to conflate the two.
Yeah.
But illegal immigration, if you're here illegally, leave now. You don't have to be arrested. That doesn't have to be on the table.
Meantime, are we going to expand H-1B, HB2? Are we going to expand things like that to get the right legal immigrants into our country moving forward?
I'm not going to get ahead of Secretary Noem or President Trump, but I think that those negotiations and discussions are certainly happening. This is an administration that's all about putting the American people and the American worker first.
You know I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask.
I love it.
Had to try. Tricia McLaughlin, great to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in on a weekend for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, indeed.